I'm a 200-pound rider. 3, 2, 1, throttle only. I'm doing nothing. I'm gonna roll right into our throttle only hill climb test here. So let's get up to 20 miles per hour. Ooh, hit a muddy patch there. All right, and I definitely do feel assistance from the fork here. Gotrax is often associated with offering budget-friendly options, but the Tundra is their attempt at a high-performance fat tire e-bike. So it has true 26 by 4-inch fat tires from Chaoyang, and notably a Bafang 750-watt rear hub motor and a massive 20 amp-hour battery. That's all paired with a torque sensor, which means it should have a pretty natural pedal feel, though we will test that when we take it for a ride. And many people enjoy riding fat tire e-bikes even if they don't plan on taking it out on mixed terrain. So it's nice to see included accessories like the front and rear rack, fenders, and an integrated lighting system that runs off the main battery. So in this review, I'll walk around the bike with you and show you all the components up close. Then we'll take it for a ride on flat ground and up our test hill, as well as off-road to test its all-terrain capabilities. And then we'll wrap things up with my overall thoughts and the pros and cons. But before all that, let's take a closer look. Gotrax has made a name for itself by offering electric scooters, but it has a growing presence in the e-mobility space. So not only do they have a full lineup of electric bikes, but they even offer electric dirt bikes. And we've reviewed a couple of their models, their $500 e-Fold, which is a lightweight folding model, and most recently I reviewed the Gotrax Ranger, their $900 e-Moto style electric bike. But the Tundra is one of their more expensive options, coming in at $14.99. Now, if you want to check up-to-date information or if any sales are going on, you can find our affiliate link down in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Also, if we've helped you make a decision and you want to support our channel, using our links when you go to make a purchase is a great way to do so. We appreciate your support. It really makes content like this possible. Now, we have the step-through frame here, but it's also offered in a step-over frame. Now, both frame styles are offered in the same two colors, gray, which is a little bit more muted, or black, which has these color gradient accents. The recommended max rider weight is 300 pounds, and this has an advertised weight of 78.1 pounds. Our scale has it coming in at just under 82 pounds with all the accessories and the battery. Now, if you plan on loading this on a bike rack or plan on lifting it, you can shed some weight by removing the battery. And I'm actually going to weigh the battery from the scale using our water and fire resistant rack bag. It's a great way to either strap a second battery to your rack or safely store and transport this battery. We sell this and other high quality accessories at shop.ebikeescape.com. And the battery weighs in at about 11.6 pounds. Now, the step-through frame has a standover height of 27.2 inches. So not too bad to step through, and it's designed for riders from 5 foot all the way up to 6'4". Now, I am a 6'1" rider with a 33-inch inseam. I have no problems getting full leg extension. So this is where I have the seat adjusted to, and there's the minimum insertion point, which looks like we have a couple more inches to go. I had my wife Chesney hop on this bike as well. She is 5'4" and was able to get a comfortable fit. Let's take an up-close look at all these components. These are Nut-branded 2-piston hydraulic disc brakes with 180mm rotors. Same setup on the back. It has a bolt-on front wheel. These are Chaoyang 3mm Hipposkin Plus tires. They are 26 by 4 inches with a reflective strip on the sidewall and an all-terrain tread. Included are alloy fenders with full coverage on the rear. This fork has a Gotrax sticker on it, but they sourced it from Zoom. It has a lockout on the right and preload adjust on the left. Now, I could not find travel measurements on the website, but I measured it out to be right around 60 to 65 millimeters. This is what you can expect. The front rack is included and capable of carrying 22 pounds. And the included rear rack is capable of carrying 55 pounds. There is the front headlight. And this is flashing on the camera, but it has 2 running lights integrated into the seat stays. They do brighten when you pull on the brake levers. The cable management is routed into the frame. It has a fixed stem with a few spacers and pretty straight handlebars. These are Nut-branded hydraulic disc brake levers with motor cutoff. Gotrax branded lock-on rubber grips. This is a 7-speed Sys Index thumb shifter from Shimano. Included bell. It has a thumb style throttle on the left side and a 3-button control pad right next to it, and the center mounted display, power button on the bottom here. Hold it for a few seconds. Smooth animations. Up top we have our battery readout and percentage. Front and center you have speed in miles per hour, but you can change that in the settings. Underneath that you have your assist level. You can of course turn it off, but then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can see as you go up in power, this meter fills up on the right side. And then on the left side, you will see how much motor support you're getting while you ride. Underneath that, you can see your trip mileage and then your overall odometer. To turn the lights on, hold on pedal assist up for a few seconds. The screen will dim, indicator up top. This does have a walk mode if you hold on pedal assist down. Now I did find some hidden functions. If you hold on pedal assist up and this power/menu button on the bottom, it will pull open a statistics page where it will show you your max speed and average speed as well as total mileage for your trip. And then you can see down here the trip mileage. To clear that, hold pedal assist down and the power button at the same time. That will clear that. And then there are some settings you can change. Hold pedal assist up and down at the same time for a couple seconds. That'll open up the menu. First up is your wheel diameter setting. You can't really change this though. Next is your speed limit setting. You can set it all the way up to 27.9 miles per hour and as low as 10.5 miles per hour and everything in between. We'll keep the speeds unlocked for our riding footage. You can change the backlight, 3 levels of lighting to work with. You can change your unit between miles and kilometers. Then you can also set a password for the display to lock unwanted users out. And then there's some information in this about section here. To exit the menu, hold the power button for a couple seconds. That will bring you back home. For graphics, Gotrax on the down tube on both sides, Tundra on the seat stays. There's the Gotrax branded saddle with a grab handle underneath, alloy pedals with reflectors, and a rear mounted kickstand with a wide foot. Let's take a look at the battery. To remove, turn the key to the left and pull this release to the side, and the battery will drop out. Now this is a 48 volt 20 amp hour battery. It is certified to UL 2271 standards, as well as the bike being certified to UL 2849 standards. You have a button here to get a quick look at the battery's charge, and a charging port on the side near the terminals. You can also access the charging port on the bike underneath this rubber cover. And the battery's paired with a 3 amp charger, so you can expect charging times from empty to be in the 6 to 7 hour range. Then to install the battery, it helps to turn the wheel out of the way. Line up the terminals with the bottom and give it a pinch to snap it shut. Turn the key to the right to lock it, and you do not need to ride with the key in the bike. And Gotrax also includes some other goodies in the box. There is a bottle cage, a plastic phone mount, a 16 and 18 millimeter wrench, a pedal wrench, and a multi-tool with Allen keys and screwdrivers. And you'll also find the Gotrax manual, which has the assembly instructions. The bike does arrive about 85 to 95% assembled, and the final steps are pretty straightforward. And it's nice that they include those accessories, but we do have some better options at our shop, including this water bottle cage. It ratchets to big and small water bottles. Making a purchase with our shop is another great way to support our content. Thank you so much for your support. There's the 750 watt rear hub motor. It has Gotrax branding on it, but the website says it's from Bafang. The motor is engaged with a torque sensor. This is a Shimano tourney derailleur. The rear cassette runs 11 to 28 teeth. It has a Velcro chain guard, and this is a double-walled 48 tooth chainring. And that's it for all the components. Let's head out for some performance tests. Now, a couple things to note. I'm a 200-pound rider. We have about 93% battery. I reset my trip mileage so we can do a battery check-in at the end of the ride. And I don't think it matters which assist level you're in as far as the throttle power is concerned, but we are in level 5. With that, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, throttle only. Strong takeoff. 12 miles per hour. 17, 19, there's 20. And what's interesting is the display was actually lagging behind the GPS. Usually it's the other way around. So it takes a second for the display to catch up to what speed you're actually going. Let's try that again. 0, 0, there's 3, 4, 10, moving on up. So interesting, but it looks like it's reading out pretty accurately. And I feel it pushing me along no problem in that 18 to 20 mile per hour range. and it had a very strong takeoff. I'm just going to check to see if my assumption is correct here and see if that throttle power is exactly the same in all assist levels. Well, getting up to the max 20 miles per hour, that is certainly the same. And yeah, the takeoff feels virtually identical in all assist levels. But I dropped down into a low gear here. We're going to go into pedal assist level 1 to see what these assist levels have to offer while pedaling. Now this does have a torque sensor. I felt the motor engage after about a half a crank there. Now I do have this unlocked right now to the max 28 miles per hour. The torque sensor is going to measure how much pressure you're putting into the pedals, and then the motor is going to respond. But I'm just barely pushing into the pedals, spinning my legs here in second gear, and we're holding comfortably at 11 miles per hour, 10, 11. The torque sensor, if I push in harder, should give me some more motor power here with moderate effort, getting up to about 17 miles per hour. Let's go into assist level 2. All right, I felt a little extra push there. Can shift up, I'm in 5th gear. Easily holding around 15 miles per hour. And if I push in a little harder, just feeling a light bit of burn in my legs, holding at about 18, 19 miles per hour. And in level 3, that gave me about the same level of boost, moving up to level 3, easily holding at 16, 17 miles per hour. And if I really push into the pedals, no problem getting up to 20, 21 miles per hour. Level 4 is eager to give me power. I'm just spinning my legs faster, not really pushing into the pedals that much harder. Easily holding at 20 miles per hour, giving me some good assistance on this hill. So I can feel the motor power fluctuate in here. This is close to a cadence sensor experience, but I do feel the torque sensor still. And then in assist level 5, I'm doing nothing. And it is cranking, keeping up with traffic here. Oh yeah, there's 28 miles per hour on the display. Falling just behind on the GPS, but seeing it get up to 27 miles per hour there. It takes virtually no effort to get above 25 miles per hour, but I was pushing in pretty good to just get it up to 27 miles per hour. Now I'm going to do an acceleration test to the max 28 miles per hour in pedal assist level 5. Let's do it. Pedal. Strong takeoff. There's 20. 7th gear. Pushing in. Showing 28 on the display. And closer to 26, maybe 27 on the GPS. No doubt that this motor has some guts to it, but we're going to head over to our test hill to check on its true capabilities. I'm going to roll right into our throttle-only hill climb test here, so let's get up to 20 miles per hour. There we go. And just so you know, this hill is much bigger than it actually looks. The GoPro footage usually makes it flatten out, so we can put up a graphic so you can see the full scale of this hill. But we are just hitting the steep part. Remember, I'm a 200-pound rider, so keep that in mind as well. But I feel that motor working. I can hear it. It's not too loud, but we're slowing down. There's 10 miles per hour. And it feels like we balanced out here. I wonder if we'll pick up any speed. There's 11 miles per hour. Pretty strong performance so far. This is a heavy bike. I'm a heavier rider. There's 10 miles per hour, 11. So we're just dipping just below 11 miles per hour. But no doubt we're going to be making it up the hill with just motor power alone, no leg assistance. And the hill is rounding out. We're still going uphill though, and picking up speed to 15 miles per hour. And there we go. So nice, strong performance. Looking at the battery readout, we just dropped to 77%. We're about 4.4 miles into the trip. I started at 93%. Now I'm going to do a brake test, so I'm going to get up to 28 miles per hour. We're going downhill. Let's pull into levers. 3, 2, 1. able to lock out that rear tire. So I think there's plenty of stopping power, but it does take a while to get to a stop with this really heavy bike. I can also really hear those brakes, but I do need to brake them in yet. But we'll head to the bottom of the hill, turn around and see how the torque sensor does. All right, so let's drop things down here. Start in a low gear, first gear. Dropping into the first pedal assist level. And what I normally like to do here is I'll shift through the gears until my legs start burning, and then when I need more help from the motor, I'll go up an assist level. Just starting to hit the steep part of the hill. Pushing a bit into the pedals, but not too hard, holding at 8 miles per hour. Let's see what happens when I shift up. Yeah, feeling my legs burn pretty good. Let's go ahead and go into assist level 2. All right, definitely felt a push there. Getting up to 10 miles per hour, shifting up. There's 11 miles per hour, shifting up again. 12 miles per hour. Shifting up again. That's about where my legs are starting to burn. Holding comfortably at 12 miles per hour though. Let's go into assist level 3. Another push. 13 miles per hour, pushing harder into the pedals, 14. Let's go into assist level 4 before this hill runs out. 15 miles per hour. And in level 5, 16. 15, 16, shifting up, hills rounding out. It's pretty easy to tap into motor power with this torque sensor. Easier than some torque sensors we've tested. Now I haven't really had an opportunity to test out this suspension fork yet. And there's a little back trail into a park over here, so we can test that out. Let's drop down here. Now remember, this is a Zoom suspension fork. You do have preload adjust. Now this is not recommended for like downhill or free ride, but for just general fire roads and gravel paths, these tires and the suspension fork should handle it just fine. Ooh, hit a muddy patch there. All right, and I definitely do feel assistance from the fork here. Overall, it's a pretty basic fork. But if you're going to be going over bumps, it's nicer to have it than not. Now, if you want to kick comfort up an extra notch, you can invest in a suspension seat post. And we do sell one at shop.ebikeescape.com. And I can link to it in the description if that is something you're interested in. But overall, you know, you're not going to want to take this on anything too technical. This does feel like you're driving a big old boat because it is a heavy e-bike with heavy tires. So not the most nimble ride, but these big tires and that extra weight does do a good job of keeping traction and making you feel really grounded as you ride. But that's wrapping up the riding footage. Let's do a final battery check in here. Looking like 75% battery, and we're 6.1 miles, 6.2 miles into the trip. With that, let's get into some third-person riding footage. I'll give you my overall thoughts and the pros and cons.
There are so many models trying to stand out in the $1,500 fat tire e-bike market by offering giant motors and batteries, and that is exactly what Gotrax is delivering here. Let's break down the pros. The Tundra comes with a massive 48-volt 20-amp-hour battery. It should provide around 40 miles of range on the low side and closer to the advertised 74-mile max range with more efficient riding. The 750-watt rear hub motor performed incredibly well, reaching speeds above 25 miles per hour, was easy in turbo, and it powered through our hill climb tests with throttle power alone. The torque sensor keeps you connected to the pedals, but is tuned to access power easier than others I've tested, which really comes in handy on those steeper hill climbs. For ride feel, the true fat tires and front suspension fork provide great mixed terrain comfort. The Zoom fork is nothing to write home about, but it does the job while offering preload adjustment and lockout. I also really like the sleek lighting setup. It features seat stay integrated taillights that brighten when you hit the brakes, along with a bright front headlight, and the included accessories offer extra utility. It comes with fenders, which perhaps is not surprising from an all-terrain option, But many people buy fat tire e-bikes because they like the rugged and grounded ride feel and use them as a do-anything option. Because of that, it's really nice to see the included front and rear racks right out of the box. Certainly the Tundra offers a lot of value for $14.99. Just a reminder, you can check up-to-date information and support the channel by scanning the QR code on screen or finding our affiliate link down in the description. Moving on to the considerations, Gotrax is well known for offering budget-friendly options, but this is their attempt to compete with high-performance models. The Shimano Tourney Drivetrain is more of an entry-level part that feels basic at this price point compared to the competition. Like most fat tire options, the Tundra is heavy and you will notice it when you're riding. This is not intended for technical riding and it requires a strong back to lift. Also, the full throttle speed is unlocked, so there is no option to limit throttle power in each pedal assist level. This is a feature I'd love to see, especially from a bike with a thumb throttle that can sometimes be difficult to modulate. On the electronic side, the display has smooth animations and looks very good in direct sunlight. However, the speed readout was a bit sluggish and overall it offers pretty basic information and settings. Lastly, as a direct-to-consumer option, some assembly is required and after-sales support happens online. Only recently have we been reviewing more models from Gotrax, so our experience with their customer care team is limited. If anyone has experience dealing with their support, please share your experience down below. Though I'd love to see some refinements to the user features and the upgraded drivetrain, the Gotrax Tundra definitely delivers power and battery capacity people want to see at this price. But while that big battery, big motor, big tires, and big frame all add up to a ton of capability, it does come at the expense of extra weight. Overall, it performs really well and strikes an excellent balance of offering a natural pedal feel and easy power. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, so let me know what you think of the Gotrax Tundra down below in the comments. Please like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date on our content. With that, I'm Miles with eBike Escape. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.